in a little bit. But first, let's head on over to the newsroom.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Everything you'd ever want to know about drones in the news. Let's go to Jeff Sills in the drone newsroom. Jeff, what's happening, buddy?
I'm trying to figure out what happened to our sponsor this evening.
By the way, thank you, 400 AGL, $10 super chat. Getting this out of the way. Welcome back, Kelly. Welcome back to you. And I have to mention, Mel, 400 AGL, is selling his Inspire 1. So go to his channel for details if you want a very well-kept. He only drove it to church on Sundays and to get groceries. So it's in good shape. What's it going to take to put you in this Inspire 1? Go check it out.
All right, well, so I'll say I'm the 1% of that drone, variable that you guys were talking about earlier.
Uh-huh.
And you didn't do the sponsor video.
What sponsor video?
Our sponsor video?
What sponsor video is that?
Pigeon jerky?
Perhaps you were dealing with one of your 47 children and missed it.
All right,
Jeff, did you really miss it because you were dealing with one of your...
It was worth a shot. I just want to try it out.
Now he's trying to play it off.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I meant to do that. It was
Okay.
just a joke. By the way, just very quickly, Dennis Lovelady, $20 super chat. Thank you. Absence fee. Dennis, we really appreciate you. And I didn't mention this last week, but Dennis recently had a crash. Here is his new Mavic 2. I think he slammed it into a pole.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so it's all busted up. So him giving us a super chat is very generous, and we appreciate it, Dennis, and we hope that you and your bird get back to health. And Doug Ertel, thank you, sir. $10 super chat. And now the news.
SETI, an institute aimed at tracking down extraterrestrial life, has been working with the NASA-backed drone and LiDAR technology to develop a drone that is able to navigate cave systems so that they can launch it on Mars to investigate the cave systems there.
That is really cool.
This video footage is taken from Lofthyllir Lava Tube Ice Cave in Iceland, where they successfully mapped the entire cave, showing the proof of concept that they could reproduce on the surface of Mars.
So I'm guessing they have obstacle avoidance on.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I would imagine they have obstacle avoidance on, and using the LiDAR, it was able to navigate through the entire tube and then map it, and then they were able to go back and make three-dimensional renderings of it.
Drones are just so awesome. There's so many uses.
I'll be interested to see when they what kind of drone package they have developed to actually fly in the Mars atmosphere. That is going to be fascinating for me.
Yeah. So here's what it looks like after the LiDAR maps out the interior of the cave. That is neato.
Huh.
Yeah, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, next in the news, Drone Clash apparently is a thing. This is the second annual competition that they had where drones fight each other for competition.
Yes.
Think Robo Wars, but now it's in the air.
I used to watch a show called BattleBots all the time. I loved BattleBots. And I guess this is just flying BattleBots. It looks the same.
Yeah, they've got a scoring system and goals and a whole bunch of obstacles and things that they have to, I guess, navigate through.
And if you have an English accented announcer, it really helps.
Yes.
It gives it that class factor.
Dude, BattleBots was one of the greatest shows in the history of shows.
Yeah, I figured you might be a fan because for those who don't know, Kelly Green, he is a wrestling fan. And I know he doesn't look 12 years old. Did I just lose a bunch of subscribers? Sorry. I tease him because he's over 50 and still likes wrestling. And you have a closet full of wrestling dolls, do you not?
They're actually called action figures.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, that's okay. I'll give you credit, Kelly. I grew up watching the Von Erichs as a young kid, so I'm familiar with the genre.
Can you name every Von Erich?
I cannot name every Von Erich.
Oh.
I wish I could, but I loved watching them on Channel 11 in Fort Worth. So
Come back.
Okay. So next in the news, we're gonna have in LaGrange they had one of the grain bins collapsed, and somebody was got us some great video footage of this particular cleanup effort that's going on to correct this issue.
I don't know about you, but it could be better. It looks a little grainy. Come on, I know it's a disaster. I could not resist. Somebody might have been hurt. I don't care. It's funny. I stand by it.
Well, and the thing that's I guess good from my perspective is that being that it collapsed, grain elevators have a notorious habit of exploding.
Yes.
So a collapse versus an explosion to me is pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
So, all right. So we covered this back when it happened, and we're going to kind of come back around to it. Nicolas Maduro was the Venezuelan president that was attacked supposedly by drones during his inaugural address or one of his addresses. CNN's recently had an interview with one of the actual attackers, and they went through and told them everything they needed to know about this attack.
A brazen assassination attempt against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The first bid, to kill a world leader with commercial drone technology bought online. It could have killed everyone on the stage, or dozens of civilians nearby if it missed.
Were those sleeping bags they were trying to wrap around him?
No, bulletproof drop shields.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
What kind of drone is that?
If I'm not mistaken, I want to think that that's one of the Matrice series.
Yeah.
And in the remote countryside, they practiced the tricky bit. Flying the drones high enough to not be seen, and then down at a steep and fast enough angle to hit their target. A garden tent here. They even try it at night, in case that's when their chance to strike comes.
I don't like hearing stuff like that. It makes me angry that people are misusing drones.
Yeah, and the fact that they use commercial off-the-shelf drones to do this, is another thing that I guess raises some concerns. This is not the first time that this happened. There was a failed attempt on the Mexican president where a drone landed on the roof of his house with 2 grenades, but they didn't go off.
Talman Murphy Jr., Digital Archaeology, $1 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, so something a little bit more positive in the news. Impossible Aerospace, I love the name of this company, creates the they make the US-1 drone. California SWAT team recently used this as part of one of their, standoffs with a barricaded person. And the drone was able to stay in the air for 90 minutes.
This thing is amazing. The whole thing is a battery, right?
Yeah, whole thing is a battery. It's 26 inches by 26 inches and weighs 16 pounds.
Wow.
That's amazing. And it stays in the air for an hour and a half.
Yeah. The drone has actually outperformed the police helicopter that was assisting the SWAT team, and they were able to use the drone to precisely put the tear gas and to direct where they were going to send the dogs in. I mean, it really proved the concept of being able to use these drones with the police departments.
By the way, Jeff,
is it a custom drone, or can you purchase something like that?
Impossible Aerospace is the company that makes it. They provide this to, fire departments, police agencies, stuff like that. They were at one of the what was it? They were at one of the drone shows, like in Vegas, etc. I forget what they call it, but they had their drone showing out there. They had one disassembled where you could see that the entire thing is just one giant, huge battery.
Wow.
Amazingly enough, it can charge up pretty quick. I mean, it only takes them about maybe 45 minutes to get it to 75% charge.
Cool.
So,
Lloyd Mendenhall, the Grumpy Vlogger, $1 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Jeff, I just wanted to let you know that your signal was you got laggy there for a minute. One of your 87 children might be playing Angry Birds online or something. You might want to tell them to stop that.
Nah.
Okay. They know better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so a Greensboro woman complained about a drone flying over her yard, which caused, I guess, some questions to be asked by one of the local news agencies.
There are different sets of rules for people who fly drones as a hobby and those who fly commercially. So for the sake of this story, we're sticking to flying for fun. The FAA has a few rules when it comes to where you can fly. Drones have to be at or below 400 feet. They can't fly within 5 miles of an airport or no-fly zones. They can't fly near a stadium, prison, public event, or directly over people. Drones have to be in your line of sight, and you can't fly over emergency response efforts. It doesn't mention anything about flying in neighborhoods or over a home. So let's take a look at state regulations. State law says you can't use drones to conduct surveillance on someone or to take pictures or videos without someone's consent to share them or profit off of them. Greensboro police say these laws are tricky. Ronald Glenn, a GPD spokesperson, clarified surveillance doesn't mean just flying over a home. It refers more to trying to track someone for information gathering. But when it comes to privacy, legally, the owners of the drone can take photos. It's only illegal if they distribute or sell the pictures. If you believe that's what happened, you can get police involved, but they might not be able to do much about it. It may make you uneasy, but we can verify, yes, drones are allowed to fly over your home.
Okay, so note to self, myhotneighborswindow.com. Cancel. Got it.
Okay, yeah.
All right. You know, I have to tell you, this is one of the questions I get all the time from people. They email me all the time. Ken, I got looked at by a person. I was flying over their house. What do I do? Is it legal? Do they own the air above their house? And really, I don't know what to tell them most of the time because it comes down to your local and state regulations. But the way I feel about it is, you know, if you can take your smartphone and take a picture of something, then you can also take a picture of it with a drone.
Yeah, they don't own the airspace over their home, but they have a right to privacy. And in this case, the one thing from the state laws that was really important to consider is the fact that taking the photographs and then distributing or selling those photographs is what makes it illegal. So, different state laws are going to vary. So please be sure to check what your state laws are in regards to, I guess, photography would be the direction to go as to what you can film. Mm-hmm. But it does, I guess, offer a little bit more of that sort of gray area between what you can and cannot do with a drone.
Yeah. Lloyd Mendenhall, the Grumpy Vlogger, $10 super chat there for you, Kelly, so that you and him can hang out and get some WWE dollies and have little fights, I guess, in your
Action
PJs.
Figures.
In your PJs. You gonna have a sleepover?
We probably will. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Go play your karma.
Now, on to a kind of a sadder story. Indeed, a disaster happening in the heartland, right, Jeff?
Yeah, so along the Missouri River, and I guess several places up in Missouri and below that, there have been flooding throughout several of the states. Missouri, I guess Iowa and Nebraska have all been really hard hit by this. This video footage was taken in Pacific Junction near the Nebraska border, where one of the levees actually just gave way. And so this flooding, you guys will find videos for this all over the internet. It is fairly pronounced, so you'll want to probably pay close attention to any of the videos coming out of this area. I think Ken's got some other footage.
I do, yes. In fact, I have an email. This is from Darren Fikar. He says, "Hey Ken, I hope you've been well. Your buddy Bad Check Flyer here, being more in the southeast part of Nebraska, has saved us from the flooding for the most part, but I have several friends that are affected, and this is a video of a small town in DeWitt, Nebraska." I'll go ahead and play that here. This is awful. It's a very well-known flooding for years in the past. This is after the water receded out of town. We're not getting much exposure to this natural disaster for some reason. If you could mention it on your show, it'd be greatly appreciated by a lot of people here in the great state of Nebraska. I'm sure you've heard it's not for everyone. Yes, I have, and that's from Darren. I lived in Lincoln, Nebraska, back in 1996. I saw my first tornado there. Scared the bejesus out of me. But it's very sad what's happening here. Lots and lots of flooding. I have another video clip here. This is from Dad Word Barf. It's a funny name. We're going to talk to him here in a minute. His name is Thorin Meyer, and he filmed this near his home. So much damage. And you know, Nebraska is a flat state, so the water travels far.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. This is from Bellevue PD, the Haworth Park and levee system. So much rain. And now the farmers are having a hard time because, you know, it's spring and they're going to have to plant and they're going to have to wait. So food prices will no doubt go up. This is the dam collapse in Spencer, Nebraska from low ride in 88. Look at this. Totally destroyed.
Yeah, I'm going through the flooding that we had here in Houston after the last hurricane. This is just so familiar.
The power of water. Good footage, but look at that. The building, even. So our hearts go out to everybody who's affected out there. And
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you, Jeff. Thank you very much for the news.
I really want to stress to you guys this news week was pretty intense, so definitely go out to Wiki, definitely go out to Drone Book. There was a ton of news that did not make the show that you guys will probably be interested in.
Yeah, there's links in the description. And we'll say goodbye to you. Goodbye.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and let Kelly Green tell a joke.
Oh, this is a great one, too. I've been waiting to tell this one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a magic dog?
What do you call a magic dog?
A labracadabrador.
A lab-
Come on!